Okay. Yeah, so I was gonna bring this up. I don't know if you guys have seen this. They announced it or they released it like really late at like early in the morning. So this is what I was gonna look at. Let me put my age in here. I don't need you guys knowing how old I am. Here we go. Balance adjustments taking effect on April 6th. Guys, April 6th is the big day that we are going to see a lot of our this is going to be the day that we're going to see a lot of the updates, right? Yo, what's up, Redmax? How you doing, baby? So we're going to talk about these because there's actually a lot of really neat things that are going on that aren't just class adjustments. Most specifically, this right here, the subclass adjustments. Subclasses will now receive 50%, up from 25% of the EXP earned by the main class. This is such a godsend. This is such a godsend, guys. Like, I can't imagine being a new account, wanting to play a class, and then having to go back and basically do all of the same stuff because your subclass is so underleveled. This is going to be tremendous for anybody new, tremendous for anybody that just wants to play at something different, because you're going to get a lot more EXP. And something to remind you guys about, like dailies, right? Your EXP from dailies, EXPs from quests, they also scale with this EXP. So, you know, those seasonals and like, or not the seasonals, but the one per character quests in Retem, there was some in Alio as well that gave you like 100k EXP. Well, now you're getting like 50k EXP from those, right? The 200k ones, you're getting 100k. So you're getting a lot of EXP. So your subclasses should level up a lot easier. And the nice thing about that is that, like, if you were like a new character leveling up, your subclass should probably be like 25, maybe 25 by the time that your main class hits 40, which means that your subclass is in Retem content, which there's at least more people in Retem. There's more things to be done in Retem, so like you should have a much better time leveling up. But like those first like 20 levels, it's pretty much a dead zone for trying to find people to train with. So at least you can get yourself into the next region. Oh, we just started. Hell yeah. What's up, Nami? Okay, so here we go. Hunter adjustments. So the following adjustment will be made to sword photon arts. If anybody here plays sword, you let me know if this is good or not. I mean, it is good. It's just potency. Spiral edge and twisting zapper. Twisting zapper, if I recall, is like the big AoE. Spiral edge is one of your that's, I mean, yeah, you only have 3 photons or skills. So spiral edge is a really good single target one. If I recall, in my kit, I was using spiral edge just to do charge darts, since you could just hold on to that and it did really good single target damage. Fantastic. That's great. That's great. The movement distance, this is Wired Lance. So I'm gonna mess around with Wired Lance today, by the way, guys, because this right here, I really want to practice with Wired Lance. It seems like they're really trying to emphasize trying Wired Lance as a main weapon, not just as a weapon action. So the movement distance and specifications of Wired Lance normal attacks will be changed to allow movement while using over-the-shoulder POV. Really interesting. I never knew that this was a problem. Never knew that this was a concern. But the specifications of the normal attacks will be changed to allow movement while using over-the-shoulder. That's really interesting. So I guess I need to try over-the-shoulder Wired Lance. I don't know if this is a thing. If you play Wired Lance, let me know. Maybe this is going to become a thing. Maybe Wired Lance isn't going to be just a tab target class. Maybe you are supposed to like play over the shoulder. At any rate, really interesting little tidbit there. It makes me wonder, like, are they going to try to like change the design of Wired Lance? Wired Lance getting some love makes me feel bad. Feel bad I switched to Gunner. Nah, don't feel bad. You can always go back. I'll try, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to try today. We're going to mess around with it. Potency will be increased for the 4th stage of Wired Lance normal attacks. So that's great, because if you know the Hunter skill tree, you have the same attack arts, I think it's called. And then there's the alternate arts. Basically, you skip to either the 4th or the 5th attack in your kit if you use 2 of the same photon arts together. So you're skipping to the 4th stage and you're going to get additional photon power from that, or not photon power, but potency. The attack range of the Wired Lance weapon action will be increased so that a moving enemy is easier to hit when no directional input or a backward input is made. fantastic. So even as a weapon action, like a multi-weapon, more range, that's actually really nice. That was like my biggest complaint about the multi-weaponing with a wired lance. I just felt like the range that it gave you wasn't enough. So maybe wired lance is going to be the king of multi-weapons again for most classes. Potency and PP recovery will be increased for the wired lance weapon action when a left or right directional input is made. This is interesting because isn't this is the whip my hair back and forth skill. So this is like wired lance's like huge AoE skill that they can use. Who really cares about the PP recovery, in my opinion? But the potency, you're just making their like gigantic AoE skill even stronger. Fantastic. Cutting layer and vortex are really wide, but I doubt over the shoulder will change it. Yeah, we'll have to see. The following adjustments will be made to wired lance photon arts. Cutting layer, increasing the potency and increasing movement distance. Fantastic. Sounds great. If I can move more, it just means I can stick with an enemy. And then the other two skills, you're increasing potency. So their whole kit is just getting increased. Everything that they get is just increased potency, increased PP recovery, increased range of their weapon action, and their new photon art seems really cool. The following adjustment will be made to Partisan photon arts. I'm a Partisan player. Thrusting javelin, increasing the potency. I'm a-okay with that. I don't think our other two skills, being cleaving scythe and fatal tornado, needed any more potency. I'm actually okay with this right here because the biggest decision that a Partisan player has to make with thrusting javelin is it was a certain time. So as long as you procced Avenger Arts on javelin, all of the following attacks until you run out of photon power would have that increased potency. And so it was just a time limit thing. So I think in the current game, with the damage that we have or the potency that we had with the other skills, it was like 8 seconds. If you could sit in thrusting javelin for 8 seconds, thrusting javelin became more cost effective in terms of the photon power used and the damage observed. So increasing this is just going to make that gamble a little bit less. Maybe it makes it 7, maybe it makes it 6 seconds. At any rate, that's fine. Partisan doesn't need changes. We're good. We good, baby. Thrust. Javelin, poker stab. Yeah. No, Partisan's fine. I'm okay with that. That's cool. I'm trying to do javelin thrust more too. One thing that's nice about this as well, depending on where the potency comes from, if the potency is on the actual spear toss at the end, touch what we call them like instant press Avenger Arts. Like if you had to like instantly proc Avenger Arts, usually thrusting javelin was your choice because it did the most damage for a really quick cast. It was just cast, it did one poke, and then it would throw the spear. If this potency is back-ended towards that spear throw, this is great because touch procs on Avenger Arts just became really strong because that's pretty much what you're supposed to use javelin for. Anything for force, we're gonna get there. Fighter adjustments. Spiral drive. I have no clue. What is spiral drive? This is a class skill. Is this the twin dagger axle skill that they showed? Is this the dagger axle one? I don't even know what this is, but you got more potency. Congrats. Basically the best PA now. Is it? You think so? The thrust? Nah, dude. Cleaving scythe. I think it's double saber. Is it? Okay. Well, you got more potency. Oh, is this the AoE that goes around you? Let's go check. We can go check. Is that the AoE that goes around you? Deadly Archer, Spiral Drive. Pressing and holding a normal attack button while wearing a second state of Whirlwind will convert all the Whirlwind energy and spawn a Cyclone. Oh, okay. So it's your Whirlwind. Okay. Spiral is DS. All right, cool. Well, there's some more double saber buffs. Unchained Circle increases the potency. Quick Gash, the ease of the weapon action canceling timing, ease the sidestep cancellation timing, and increase the travel distance from left to right for left and right inputs. All right, sounds like a lot. If anybody's a double saber player, let me know if that's like actually important to your kit, this Quick Gash. I know that Julian Dance is like your really strong skill. Sounds like you got a lot of stuff going on. Maybe Archer for down, Spiral for everything else. Maybe we'll have to see. Knuckles adjustments. 1,000 blows. This, when I was reading through, this is the one that I was really excited about. This kind of like got me excited for all the changes they were making, and they're trying to like update the changes to like fit the character, like at least like the identity of the class. So 1,000 blows, it increases the potency and adjusts the potency allocation. So it's not going to be front loaded or back loaded. Maybe it is, but they're going to change how all that damage is allocated. But here, change specifications so that the character rises even when used midair. That's really, really cool. And this gives me hope for some of the new photon arts that we're going to see. So basically, if you're using this in the air, if you guys remember, this is like the Gomu Gomu no, where like you punch a million times, and then the last part you do like an uppercut, and then you like punch into the air. So I'm assuming that punch into the air is going to make you rise a bit. And that's really cool because I like the idea of like aerial combat taking like into consideration certain skills that are going to raise or lower you, even so that you can like decide like where do you have to be placed to like continue your combo. I think that's really, really cool. This is something that I'm hoping the Partisan photon art, the new photon art we get, has some sort of mid-air verticality change, because that's what I'm hoping for, because I hate fighting in the air because we just continue to just descend, and I would like to have a skill that raises us in the mid-air. Hits on quick gash is pretty good though. I don't know about the small tornado. Okay. Julian spam is on paper. Oh, it's still better on paper. Yeah. But yeah, so the 1,000 blows, I think that's cool. I don't know if any knucklers out there agree with it, but it's cool that they're changing that. So like if you're punching up, you're going to move up. I like long PAs because they keep you in the air easier. Absolutely, Shock. So then double drive, increase the potency and adjust potency allocation, ease the attack cancellation between timing attacks. So it looks like they've changed the allocation. I wonder if they're deciding on maybe, because the thing about fighters is you have skip arts. So you can literally skip the first half of a skill. I wonder if they're adjusting them to the back half of them, because Knuckle is one of the classes where you want to do really quick attacks. And I would assume like they're backloading that potency to maybe make Knuckles a stronger class on its own, because for most of our meta, you use Knuckles just for their counter plus. I hope that's their idea, and I hope it works. It would be nice to see more Knuckle mains and not Twin Dagger multi-weapons or Double Saber multi-weapons. The long PAs make you vulnerable for longer? Absolutely. Termina Julian spam? Oh my god, dude, that was such a funny meta. Okay, Ranger adjustments. Rifle Grenadier increases the trap duration. All right. I don't know if anybody needed that, but it's there. Blaze Shot, you're going to get an increase in potency. I was like reading, like I was trying to read you guys in the Discord. You guys were talking about this. I don't remember what Blaze Shot is. We can look at it, I guess. I don't remember which one Blaze Shot is. I don't think I've ever used that on my Ranger. Like ever. I don't know. What is Blaze Shot? What is Blaze Shot? Photon art information? Which one's Blaze Shot? Oh, the one where you move. Oh, actually I use this all the time. Yeah, actually Blaze Shot is sick. I really like it. So this is great. I love it. Hold on. They're increasing the potency of that? Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I really like that skill. Slide Shot, I guess. Yeah, basically, right? Slide Shot was the skill name in the base game. But yeah, Blaze Shot, increasing potency. All right, really rifle, you guys didn't get too much of a buff, but that's okay because you're getting like a really good photon art and on the 6 as well. Launcher adjustments, PV recovery amount will be increased for charged launcher normal attacks. The attack range and firing angle will be expanded for launcher normal attacks. This also, okay, so hold on one second. I really like this. This right here is really exciting to me. So the reason being is because a launcher is a really good multi-weapon. Launcher is like a really good multi-weapon. As a matter of fact, like, sorry about that. Like launcher is good because you can throw the delayed charge and get photon power back. But then like launcher, actually, like if you use launcher as a like normal attack, like if you can hit all of the shots on something, like you get a huge bar back. So this is going to be really interesting if like multi-weapons with launcher actually become more effective now, because you just use charged launcher normal attacks. I don't know, is the I'm gonna check again. I'm gonna check again. Is the there's a skill you can go in the ranger build? Where is it? The grouping? Yeah, so you can use this as a subclass too if you were like ranger subclass for some reason. You could. So the this inputting a direction forward will improve the accuracy of firing a normal attack while charged. So you can like improve the accuracy of that skill too. So PP recovery is increased for the charged attack, and you can get that grouping if you were a subclass ranger. Boom, like you're going to be hitting a lot more often, and you get a lot of PP back already. The attack and range of the firing angle will be expanded for charge launcher normal attacks. All right, so even longer attack range and the angle. I don't know what that means, the firing angle, but it seems like they're trying to make launcher actually have like an effective normal attack. Cool for launcher mains, really cool for subclasses. I play on ship 3, I play a launcher bow multi-wep, and I don't use normal attacks on launchers. Might have to start trying and seeing how it works. Okay, gunners, stylish onslaught, increasing your potency. I'm trying to remember what stylish onslaught is. I don't think I was ever using that skill. You had a bullet rave, point blank. Oh, this is the class skill. Oh, I don't know what stylish onslaught is. What is this? Are you gonna try out Tower of Fantasy? Probably not. Real talk. Basically bash. Oh, that's your bash when you're up in a close range. Cool. Oh shit, that's really good then. This is really good because I mean that's like when you're doing like your charge attacks and you get your chain bonus, like you're using your bash. Yeah, so your bash is stronger. And then not on top of that, your point blank is stronger, which is also the other skill you're using when you have chain built up. That's huge. Yeah. This is huge. Like you guys just became Omega stronger. This is actually really cool. Any good fighter stuff? Yeah, there's some good fighter stuff. Aiden, what class? You're playing double saber. There was some good double saber buffs. Yeah. Yeah. Gunner looks like they just got good buffs. That's good. Force adjustments. Okay, now we're getting into the nitty gritty, guys. We had a huge conversation earlier. Gray, I don't know if you're in the chat right now, but we had quite the conversation earlier because there's some gross stuff happening. Following adjustments will be made to force class skills. Basically, it's Techter, or not Techter, but it's Talis thing. So the floating pillbox multi-rock. The attack range will be increased. The same adjustment will be made for Techter class skill of the same name. Okay, I don't think anybody cares for this. I don't think multi-rock does enough damage for Talis to matter. Honestly, weird buff. It doesn't matter because the floating, I don't know. Any Talis mains can try to change my mind, but like when I was playing a bit of Talis, multi-rock was really cool. Maybe this attack range is so crazy good that like you just always have PP up because it's just hitting things across the map. I just don't think this is like important. Tricky capacitor adjustments will be made to make it easier to land an attack. Specifications will be changed to allow movement during activation. I think this is good. I like barely ever hit tricky capacitor. It was like the one problem with Talis is that everything like attacked forward and it wouldn't like track with the enemy. So that is good that like adjustments will be made to make it easier to land an attack. I'd assume that means that it's going to track a lot better. And then on top of that, like they're going to allow you to move. That's great too, because well, you don't want to get hit. Talis needs that. Talis isn't lock on. Yeah, exactly, Zoff. Okay, so here's some more adjustments to Talis. So convergence shot, round velocity will be increased. That just sounds like it's just a DPS increase. I'm assuming that's just a straight up DPS increase. If they're allowing you to, shoot out more rounds, you're doing more rounds in the same amount of time, unless the potency of the attack still stays the same. I'm trying to remember like how exactly the convergence shot potency works. I'd assume if it's based on every attack, round velocity just means it's a DPS increase. A guidance feature will be added for techniques when the Talis is deployed. So necessary. Like once again, like the hardest thing about Talis is that you would just attack forward and you wouldn't hit anything because the enemy moved a little bit. So having something, track or follow the enemy is really, really good. When a Talis is deployed, the sidestep cancellation timing will be eased during techniques. We'll have to test this, but that's really good too. Sidestepping is basically the only defense you have, and it's really the only like good counter move you have. Your weapon action is probably the worst thing to use as a Talis player because all it does is just throws out another card, like it doesn't do any damage. I think it means shoots fly faster, not more often. Could be the case for the round velocity. You might be right, Kitsune, which once again, I'm a-okay with that if round velocity plus the guidance feature means that it's gonna like guarantee a hit if I'm targeted. I think that's necessary. All right, spread shot. The attack range will be expanded. Fantastic. I love Talis for spread shot. I played the whole Alio meta never touching Talis aside from spread shot, so I'm really excited that we're just getting a bigger AoE. I think that you might see more people going back to Talis for Photon Blast farming. The meta right now is just to use Zond, which is fine, but if spread shot is even bigger, I mean, you're going to be hitting way more monsters with spread shot than you would with Zond. So this is super hype. Add guard points in all directions to the second half of the attack during the activation. Also really clutch. If anybody's played Talis, you try to do spread shot, you have like a half a second animation and does a second half. If you get hit in that first half, you have to reactivate the whole spread shot. So that is nice that like if you get through the first half, you're guaranteed, sounds like you're guaranteed to get to the second half. So even if you get hit, like you can then start doing spread shot. That was like the worst part about spread shot, is having to activate it and get hit. Add guard points in all directions when activating techniques while an all-around Talis is deployed. I don't know what this exactly means. Okay, so if we're going with the same if I'm going by the same like definition that I think this first one is, Divine Storm 65, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. If we're going with this same description up here, adding guard points in all directions, does that mean that like I'll be able to use my techniques and never get knocked down? I'll only take damage? Because once again, absolute king of PSE burst. You could just literally sit in the middle of a PSE burst and you don't have to stress anymore. Like you're just always going to just spam your skills. You're gonna have to heal yourself, but you're never gonna get knocked down. Like that sounds really cracked. We'll see how good this is, but the spread shot changes are good. I don't think they change the problems with Talis, but they just make like the couple things that Talis were good at like even better. Ease the technique sidestep cancellation when timing when Talis is deployed. A-okay. Like I said, sidestep is like the only thing Talis has, so probably not 100% safe. Well, like I said, I think you're probably getting hit, right? And there's probably points when like casting the skill, you could still get knocked down. But like if I'm like already halfway through it, like a technique cast, if I'm just getting hit, but I'm not like getting knocked down, that's great. That's fantastic. Techter Adjustments. Awake Isle, the range of the effect will be expanded. I don't even know what this is. What is Awake Isle? Oh, makes your photon blast gauge charge easier when a boss is nearby. All right, cool. All right, that's cool. And then the same two changes to Talis. There's a wand change here as well. Swift Smash will have an increased potency and potency adjust allocation. An effect will be added to prevent players from being launched into the air or knocked back during an uncharged activation. So it sounds like to me what they're going to do is it sounds like they're going to adjust the allocation to maybe be front loaded, add more potency in the front half, and then they're going to make it so you can't get launched into the air or knocked back while you're using uncharged versions. That's the dash PA. Sounds like that's what they're going to do. Or they're making it so that like you always can get into the fight and then just like backload the damage. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You guys are talking a lot about wand and how like this doesn't help. I mean, it's nice, but more things are needed. And I agree. Techter, a lot of help needs to be made on the Techter's like identity as a class. For sure. Yeah, we're talking to Zio. Zio's like, please. All right, some adjustments here. Following adjustments will be made to techniques. So we have Foie. When charged, the attack range will be expanded. All right. Foie, upon landing a charged attack, the knockback effect will be reduced. This is convenient since, like, if you're farming in an AoE situation, you keep knocking them out. At some point, they won't be taking any more damage, so that's nice. Nothing major, honestly. Fire is like the worst technique to use ever. The following adjustment will be made to light techniques. Give grants upon landing a charged attack. While a halo is activated, the knockback effect will be reduced. Same reason for Foie probably. You know, if you're doing AoE farming or you're fighting a lot of mobs, they aren't going to get knocked out of your area of effect while you're attacking. We do get compound techs. You do get compound techs. I'm excited for that. We'll definitely be messing with those. Bow Braver class skill changes. Brave Combat. Oh, this is just Braver class skills. Sorry. Brave Combat. Combat finishers potency will be increased. Combat finishers attack range will be expanded. Okay, yeah, so we're into Braver. Sorry. Braver, man, y'all just keep getting buffed every single month. You guys just get buffs. Like, when are you guys gonna like just be happy with your class? Is this it? Any Braver mains out there? Is this it? Are you guys happy after these buffs? If you've seen them, because they're good. They're good. Okay. Because like y'all's have been getting like slow little buffs here and here and here. And like this like kind of feels like this is one of those like big updates that you needed. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Techter needs to complain now. All right, Brave Combat. Combat finishers potency will be increased. Combat finishers attack range will be expanded. Fearless Attitude, potency and PP recovery will be increased. Brave Spirit, the potency of normal attacks will be increased while a katana is equipped. Effect duration will be increased. Brave Spirit is like your counter attacks. Like that's pretty huge. The potency of your normal attacks will be increased. That's pretty good. It's because Braver was garbage. I don't know, man. I just watched my friend Izu like was like in a 10.5 minute Alio run, and they pretty much ran the entire run up to Destraga perfect. They did not take a single lick of damage. They just like yeeted every single enemy. It was actually crazy to watch. Can't buff Techter. Who do you think this is? True. We gotta have some suffrage, right? Katana Adjustments. Okay, so movement distance for normal attacks will be increased. All right, that helps. Specifications will be changed for Katana normal attacks to allow movement in midair. That helps you guys. Following adjustments will be made to your photon arts. Silverleaf Storm, increase the potency, decrease the PP consumption. A frontal guard point will be added when the third step is activated. That's sick. That is sick right there. So, okay, hold on. I don't know exactly how Katana works completely, but this guard point that's going to be added, will that proc? I think it's the guarding that procs the Brave Spirit. Am I right with that? Am I right with that? So will Brave Spirit proc off of that frontal guard, or is it another skill that will proc off of that? Or is that literally just going to be a guard frame? It's nice. Regardless, it's nice because the third step, like you can plan on going into Silverleaf Storm for that guard frame. Man, I wish Bouncer got a bit more love. Braver, the love Braver's getting. Are you talking about like Soaring Blade Bouncer? I think Soaring Blade Bouncer is in the same predicament that Techter is. Like, there's just no class identity. They have like a skill that they tried to like build around, and they just did a horrible job. And now they like have to try to like reconfigure what they're gonna do with the class. To be honest, I don't know what this guard point is. Okay. At any rate, you got a guard point. It's pretty cool. Iris Scale increases potency. Guard points will be extended in all directions when the third step is activated. All right. So, okay, wow. Increases potency on Lotus Lightning. That's like your main bossing skill, if I recall. Attack range will be expanded. Even better. Oh my god. And the frontal guard point will be extended when the third step is activated. So you now have a frontal guard point on all three skills when they're activated. Guard point is invincibility frames mid skill. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, wow. So you have iframes on all of your skills. Fantastic. But it's only on the third step, so you still have to like time it right. But that's cool. Good for you. Congrats, Katana. The movement changes are going to be really huge. I hope they are actually noticeable. That's a really big thing. What's up, Vernal? That's a really big thing, is the movement distance, but hopefully that resolves a lot of the issue that Katana players have complained about and voiced about for a long time. I know that it was pretty crummy. I know when I was playing a bit of Katana, I never necessarily felt the movement distance issue, but I didn't do a lot of content. So there was probably going to be content where I was like, hey, I realize how crummy it is getting around the map. Okay, bow adjustments. PP recovery will be increased for charged bow normal attacks. Cool. Attack range will be expanded for normal attacks. Cool. Specifications will be changed so that an explosion will happen even if a charged bow normal attack does not land. All right, this is interesting. So I've been playing a little bit of Bow Braver on my ship 3 character, and when I was playing that, like, bow just doesn't have AoE. Like, there just really isn't good AoE, like, at all. So this explosion, that's a nice little change. I mean, maybe it's enough damage. The fact that it explodes even if it doesn't hit something, meaning like you can still hit things around the target, especially if you're in over the shoulder mode. I think that's probably a good change for anybody in over the shoulder. You don't have to hit something to have the AoE go off. That's nice. These Katana buffs will help, but not that much because we still need a gap closer. But it looks like you have a gap closer. You guys are getting like, your gap closers are going to be like just using skills, right? Your normal attacks have an increased movement distance. Like that's going to be like somewhat of your gap closer. Your Silver Elite Storm also moves you, if I recall. So like you're going to have to use combinations of like some skills and normal attacks to get there, it sounds like, right? Yo, what's up, Hysarium? The following adjustments will be made to both Photon Arts, Frenzied Firework, which is their AoE that's like actual dog water. Increases their potency, and the attack range will be expanded when uncharged. All right. We'll see how much of a potency increase it is. Man, I'm telling you, when I used this skill, it was awful. Like it did no damage at all whatsoever. So hopefully the potency change is like significant and this can become something. Or else I'm gonna tell you guys, Bo still sucks at AoE. Katana is getting a new PA2, which should work as a gap closer. We don't know exactly how it works, Oishi, but it looks really good. I'm not gonna lie, guys. There's two weapons I'm really looking forward when April 6th hits. That is going to be Wired Lance. I'm 100% gonna try because I think that has the most upside, like from like having like a new life as a new class. And Katana, I'm gonna try Katana again. I think Katana might be really fun after some of their movement changes, so we'll try Katana too. Jet Boots Adjustments. The following adjustment will be made to Jet Boot Photon Arts. Violent Gale. Potency will be increased for non-variants. I don't know what that means. I think, is that meaning non-variants is in like when you aren't using an elemental technique on it, you know, because your jet boots are imbued with like the element that you just recently casted. Is that what it is? Maybe that is. Non-variant is when you don't hold a PA button. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. So just spamming it. Well, now hold on. Isn't Violent Gale like your skill though? Like, isn't Violent Gale like? Hold on. I have this somewhere. Isn't Violent Gale like the skill that you use though? No, Spinning Gust is the good one. Okay, so Violent Gale is a different one. All right. This is, I literally just spam this one when I play Jet Boots. Okay. Oh, variant is the hold version. Got it. Okay, so the second NGS major update will include the same number of class skills as the December 15th update. So we can expect to see a class skill for every single class when we get the June update to go to the new region. The other thing down here that they say right in red, but guys, just remember this, along with those adjustments, we are going to be sending out N reset all skills, which can be used to reset all skill trees. Guys, if you are new or you don't have additional characters made on your ship right now, make them, because this is going to allow you to get multiple N reset skills passes. Each character on your account that is at least in Central City before this maintenance is going to get a reset skill pass. So if you can make up to 3 characters for free on an account, make sure you do that. If you have a character slot made or available, just go ahead and make it to get this skill tree pass, because they don't hand these out often, and we're going to be lucky enough to get 3 come April 6th. So, you know, make sure you do this. If you have more characters, obviously make as many as you can, but get these reset passes because they allow you to experiment a bit. So go ahead and do that. Make sure you get those characters made. The uppercut kit, I use it all the time. Yeah, the uppercut kit is sick. So that's that for